Good man, let's get straight into it. So the Super Bowl performance, man. I'm gonna go here and let you go. The floor is yours. I'm gonna go.
All right. I feel like we talked a lot about this.
Yeah, yeah.
Symbolism. Kendrick gets it for symbolism. Solid 8.5 to 9 for the symbolism. Performance. I mean, it was cool. But as far as what the storytelling of it, also, yes, a 9 for that. Including Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam, but really he was an Uncle Tom. Yeah, he gets it for that. Like the storytelling and the symbolism. A1. Appreciate it, Kendrick.
Okay, so for me, the overall performance was good. The overall performance was good. Um, I was kind of like iffy on the set list, but I really like is the album GNX or GS? Oh, GNX, yeah. But I really like GNX the album, so it's kind of back and forth-ish on that. Seeing Serena Williams crip walk was fire for sure. Um, like you said, Samuel Jackson as Uncle Sam was fire. It seemed like interlude. It kind of played out as like Samuel Jackson was doing the interludes between Kendrick set. The whole gameplay theme was dope. How it was like set up like a controller pretty much, and then how he went to tip you off and game over was fire. Um, him bringing out, even though I have mixed feelings about Mustard, that was fire.
Yeah.
Um, the for me, um, his performance was simple. His performance was simple. It was
I
simple, but
feel like
it didn't
that's
need to be,
Kendrick though.
yeah,
Like,
it didn't need to be over the top.
yeah.
Um, to me, there's certainly implements of pettiness over performance for sure.
Oh,
But I'm
facts.
I'm always with pettiness from the
Again,
whole.
that's also Kendrick. Simple but petty, and it's gonna make a statement.
Yeah,
And I feel like the set list made sense as far as telling the story. So when Samuel L. Jackson was like,
yeah,
"Yeah, that's what the people want," and then he went into like humble and yeah, slow it down. Then he went into the songs with SZA,
yeah,
and then he's like, "Oh, okay, you're getting it." And then it was like, "Nah, I'm not, not like us." So it helped the story along.
yeah.
So
Help the
his
story
track,
along.
his set list made perfect sense. I thought he was gonna do more songs, but yeah, I wasn't mad at the set list at all.
And what else was I getting ready to say? Um, just for me personally, the symbolism means absolutely nothing to me. Like, I get it that it's fire and all that. I think that that's personally, um, for his fan base, which they annoying asses love, or for people that like symbolism and all that. I don't care about it because it's empty symbolism to me. Like you making a statement. Oh, it's like okay, and that's it for me.
I feel like it's like art. Like you go to a museum and it's open for interpretation, and that's the same way he set up his show. Like the symbolism of it is open to your interpretation, and it starts a conversation.
Well, that he certainly does that with damn near every one of his songs and rollouts and music. So it's kind of, I don't want to say it's kind of like it's kind of like being a dead horse to me. It's like all right, I get it, fam. But for me, it's empty because it's like it doesn't. It's like oh, okay, and
It's his style. What's he supposed to do for real? He
it's
can't
like me
do.
wearing a Black Panther shirt. Like oh, okay, I support Black Panthers, nigga, and what?
I mean, nah, it's deeper than that. Like he's on the American stage, basically saying like he's representing for the black people like yo this is our culture and look at what y'all do to us like it's deeper than just empty symbolism. It's bringing awareness. It's people can do dissertations on that. Like it makes sense why schools would study him and his music and his theatrics and shit, like his performances and stuff. Like, yeah.
I don't have that take. I don't have that take. I don't disagree with that take, and I don't have no back because you eloquently said that enough for me to consider it. But
I mean,
will.
I feel you, but what is he supposed to do alone? You know, like it definitely sparks up a conversation. It was definitely very black, and that's what we be needing at the Super Bowl. Like all this, a lot of this wouldn't be if it wasn't for us. But y'all downplay the shit we do.
And you asked me what again, so I can answer.
Like, what would he do specifically? So you're saying it's like empty symbolism. Like, what would you expect? You know, like what would be something where it's not empty to you?
Action.
Like what specifically? Like, give me an example.
I don't know a law, a rights, a bill, something being passed other than words and spewed images and all that. Just being
Kendrick can't do that.
why he can't.
He damn sure can't do it alone. Like he would
Like,
have to link with somebody, and that starts with sparking this conversation.
how many times are you going to spark this conversation?
Nah, you're right. Like it's no real follow through. I can't speak to his intention or his goal in it because I don't know Kendrick or, you know, what he's really trying to accomplish here. But at minimum, it's a conversation starter.
Yeah, I agree. It's a conversation start. I agree there. But for me, it's just repetitive, and it gets to a point like, okay, when at
Now
what
what?
yeah, at what point is the message going to become into somewhat action?
Action. Yeah, I feel you. He would need a
You're
whole.
on, you're on the cusp. I don't want to dare to say it. You're on the cusp of like Tupac-ish. Tupac was a revolution, and he pretty much spewed the same message, but action. Action. He's saying in interviews. When have you? I haven't heard Kendrick other than albums and music. That's good when you put it in the music. I haven't heard you vocally speak out against any of the issues that you're talking about within your rap or what you're pursuing in your performances.
I mean, I feel like the only Kendrick interview I'm hip to is the one he did recently. Yeah, with SZA. So I can't really speak to
When are you?
that.
That's my question. When are you going to implement? You don't have to implement the same acts as Tupac, of course, but I'm just saying he had some. Tupac has certainly impactful interviews and actions that led outside of what he rapped about.
Well, let's see. Maybe this will spark something.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. And like I said, this is not me downplaying anything. I fuck with Kendrick. I fuck with GNX. Hold on. I did wanted to play you this T Pain clip because he did watch it yesterday on his stream. And here's what he had to say at the end of it.
Think about it. Okay, well, you can pick incredible. That may have been the most simple halftime show I've ever seen. Not that it wasn't, it was great, it was good. But for some reason, oh my God, that was impactful as shit. Like when you think about it, okay, when you compare like Rihanna fucking 100, 200 feet up in the fucking air. You see shit like that and it's just like, he didn't really do shit. He didn't do shit and he fucking didn't need to is the crazy part. It would seem like a glaze if you were like, man, I was one of the best in it. But I think it's fucked up that I'm just now realizing how much you really don't have to do to have a good halftime performance. Especially when you got smashes, you got smash records, you got smash album cuts, which is fucking crazy by itself. A lot of people last night in New Orleans was asking me, would you ever perform at the Super Bowl? I was like, no, I'll never be able to come up with a good enough show for a Super Bowl. And I see that and it's just like, maybe I can. Maybe. Who knows?
It's the same shit when people was like Lil Wayne couldn't perform at the Super Bowl. He could make his cuts so where he could perform at the Super Bowl. But I will say for Kendrick's performance specifically, I do wish we would have had different angles, like seeing the different viewpoints on the screen at the same time, because the aerial views were the most fire thing to me. And I understand they want to show him up close, but it would have been real fire to have the aerial views as well on the screen.
Yeah, that peekaboo when he popped up, that was dope. That was dope. That was dope.